Alright guys, welcome to the Airstream Diary. I'm the Loco Airstreamer and I welcome all you locos here for another installment. You know, I don't do a lot of fluff here, I try not to anyway. No cutesy couples or anything like that. This is just hardcore Airstream work. This is a pair of BAL stabilizing jacks. That's kind of a freaky name. It kind of makes me hesitate because it's really not a jack. It's really just a stabilizer. So you don't use these guys to jack up your trailer. They're just there once your trailer is leveled to put down an extra set of feet to stabilize it, so when somebody gets up in the night, has to go to the bathroom, it doesn't shake the whole trailer. Let me tell you a little more about it though. BAL, I've had these for years, so you know the instructions might have changed, but what they have is a channel inside a channel. And it's a generic size. So the generic size is too large for a 1970 Airstream Safari. You got to go in, and instructions say this, you got to go in and cut the inner channel, not the outer one, the inner channel, so that it'll slide in further to bring them in closer together so that your mounting will match up to the frame underneath. And that takes me to a topic that is really important. Remember that your Airstream basically only has, let's see if I can make this box, a steel box like this, right? So the only place there's steel, if you've got a stock trailer frame, the front beam, cross beam, long beam, and then the other matching long beam and the back beam, and that's it. So the instructions want you to drill on the long beam, the long long beam that goes that way, and mount the T over on that, and then in the middle drive another screw into what would hopefully be the support that goes across. Well, if you're not on the steel, then this middle one will go into what is an aluminum monocoque on an old Airstream. Aluminum monocoque looking like inside of a wing thing. It's all aluminum. It won't have a whole lot of value, and it may have no value, but that's something to be aware of. That center, if you drive a center screw into it, you want to hit the steel of the frame if you can possibly get these positioned properly. And that positioning brings up this crazy illustration, which I really just think causes more confusion than anything else. But it's this one where you take a string and you run it on there. There it is right there. And you run that string from front to back, and it doesn't tell you, it's got an A and a B, but it doesn't really tell you what the A and the B are. Well, that's about where your stabilizers would be, but the idea of the string is these have to be, when they're recessed above where that string goes, or it'll hit the ground on a typical low slung trailer, which I don't have. When you're going over, you know, inclines and declines and stuff like that, and putting it in your driveway or whatever. So terrible illustration, and has no function for me whatsoever because I've got a 33-degree angle on my axle, so I'm 18 inches off the ground to start with. Huge amount of ground clearance on this trailer. Of course, it's going to drop as it gets more weight put in it, but I'm not worried at all about the front or the rear being a drag issue on these because there's other things that stick down further than these will. So that's that. So what you got to do is measure off the width you need, because you won't be able to get it down to the width you need. And then what you do, say hello to my little friend right here. This little friend right here does the job. You got to take a chop saw, and on my case, my little friend chopped off 11 inches. I took 11 because I wanted one more inch just for play in and out, because I'm not that good at measuring, people. So that's how that works. You go ahead and cut that piece off. It's decoration now, I guess, but this is the inner channel, not the outer. That's what stops when it's sliding in. So now they go closer together, and they should have a little bit of movement so that I can really nail it in. We'll go put one under the front one that's already cut under there. Don't just assume the front and the back one are going to be the same cut. Don't do it. It's an Airstream. Don't do it. Don't do it. Measure them both. One other thing, well, two more things before we go crawling around under a trailer. These don't come with, it's not any good without. So you got to order these and get these guys. These are the base plates that hit the ground. I'm a little worried they're kind of rattling and stuff, but I'll fix that somehow. It's kind of cheaply done in my opinion, but we can make something out of this. It'll be all right, but you have to have these. So the BAL base pads is what you need. They come in sets of 4. Oh, they have a set of 2 also, it says on the box, but you're gonna need 4, so whatever. Okay, so now we know how this slides in closer to get on the axis of the Airstream front steel cross beam and the running beams that run down the length of the trailer, the frame. So that's taken care of. It also talks about in the instructions, which these instructions to me are, I don't know, they're okay, but not great. Put WD-40 on your screws. Don't do that. Never use WD-40. You can throw that away. You can use it to get pin marks off of whatever. I don't care, but WD-40 is no good. It leaves an oily residue. Try the heavy duty silicone by CRC. I've been using this stuff for 45 years. In a different names and different versions, but this stuff right here puts a film on there, totally dry, will not, this is under your vehicle, dirt, dust, all that other stuff. So you want something that doesn't cling to dirt and dust, because that'll make the mechanism wear out quicker. So heavy duty silicone, CRC, and I don't know what they call the number on this. It used to be the old 556 was what I used so much of, but that's no longer. They renamed it a couple times. They may have discontinued it. But anyway, heavy duty silicone, CRC, put that on there. Great stuff. Very great stuff. Let's reconvene under the trailer and I'll show you how to place this and get it into place. It's really easy, shockingly easy for the weight and the size it is. And whatever you do, don't forget these are only stabilizers. They really aren't jack stands. You need jacks or little jack stands to do the leveling with, and then this goes out just to stabilize a portion or the entirety, actually when you got them all down, of the trailer. It's just an additional stabilizer, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go reconvene at the trailer, see what we can do. I can't carry 2 of them. They come apart, thank God, they're so heavy. Let's go take a look. All right guys, so what I did is I slid a nice piece of plywood under here so that I could slide these around and not worry about them sliding around. We need them to slide, because that's how we get them into position. Oops, too far forward. There we go, just like that. See how easy this really is? This is pretty easy, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not that hard. Here we go. Hello again. So now we come back this way, start to line it up. Now I went through a lot of effort to get this tucked away and out of the way of everything else under here. And of course, again, you can see a little bit of oxidization under this trailer, which has never been anywhere, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. I'm just going to get this tape out of the way while I'm here. I'll paint it over some of the oxidization. Okay. So now, what we got to do is over here, we take this one, see how it telescopes? Alright, we're gonna move the camera just so we can see what's going on here. Yeah, Maybe that helps a little bit. So now we know that this T goes right here. 2 bolts here and here will 2 bolts here and here. Got to drill holes in this. There's like self-driving bolts go up here into the frame, and then we find our middle place approximately. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just to stop rattling, I think, more than anything. Drill through all this, drill through that, and put another screw in there. But once you get these in position, that's where it gets easier, actually. Watch this. It gets a lot easier, people. If you're crawling around, that's the hard part. You need somebody on the other jack stand, or whatever you want to call it, leveling stand. So what I have to do is level these one side at a time, go over and do the other side. See how we're going up now? And that will begin to get us where we need to be. And there's still plenty of room for fudge factor and everything that goes with it. So that's how it works. I'm not gonna crawl around any more than I have to. There it is. There's where it goes. We got the fudge built into the inside cut of the inside channel so that we can telescope it a little bit. It calls for something like a 6-inch over cover on it as far as the amount of channel that covers itself. That's not a problem, people. Easy to do. Okay, this is it, and I'm not going to show you a final picture because it'll just be boring as hell. But this is the BAL stabilizer jack, not a jack, just a stabilizer. It's on the 1970 Airstream Safari 23. You can see, I'll just keep talking. You can see over here that it is going to be actually higher up than the spare tire right here. So it ain't going to drag. If something drags, it's going to be that spare tire carrier and spare tire, which will be a disaster, of course. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like some good hardcore Airstream information and knowledge. And if there's any topics or any questions you have, feel free to ask. There'll be more details probably down in the description.